Yes.
Sir, I think Salim sir, can you do the welcome address?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Go ahead. Sir.
Okay. Good evening, one and all. Today we are in the session of 451 session on mental health webinar session conducted by the American College and co-sponsors also. Today the speaker resource person is Dr. Anthony Gerald Anand. Is going to talk about the topic challenges in families during lockdown. This is the needed topic, and he is the CEO of MindSpa. So I will welcome you all, and I welcome to the resource person for the today's evening webinar sessions. Sir, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Salim. Good evening to all the fellow friends who all gathered here for this session. Thank you so much for taking your time and being participative in the session. And I'd like to thank Yellow Pond Counseling Center for hosting this program, and American College and Dr. Suresh for giving me this opportunity. I am Dr. Gerald, basically from Chennai. We are running the center called MindSpa Technologies, where we are doing different levels of psychological counseling for different level of people in Chennai. And I'm very happy and to see a lot of people participating from North also. So initially I thought we can have this session as a bilingual. I think we should go only with English throughout the session. Am I right, Mr. Salim? No, your voice is not audible.
Actually, forgot to. Yes, sir. It is better to be in English because in other parts of the states also they are coming.
Yes. I am able to see the names here.
Yes, sir.
Like yeah, I can see Payal and Dr. Rupa Kare from North Side. So welcome all. Okay, so again, I have to do small change. Initially, I thought of playing a small video which shows what is actually happening inside the families today after the lockdown has been introduced for the past 1.5 years, and it's completely in Tamil. Better I can avoid it. But everybody knows the major challenge what we are facing today is everybody is having a depression. Everybody is undergoing with a lot of anxiety, lot of anxiousness. And everybody has the question, how we are going to overcome this? Because I want to discuss on two things here. One is, what is the current situation we are facing today? And by God's grace, if this pandemic situation gets over, how we are going to face that situation? Because it's going to be a paradigm shift. We are going to have the paradigm shift because we all got used to this situation with the same frustration, with the same anxiety, with the same depression. And we start learning how to live now. If the pandemic is over, again, I have to go back to my regular life. Again, it's a challenge I'm going to face. So my fellow friends, we are going to have a tough situation as such and going forward. Because when people are being so much depressed, they are going to approach us. During the pandemic, all the doctors are so busy in helping the people to overcome. After the pandemic, all the psychologists are going to be busy to support the people to bring them back. To bring them back, we are not from heaven. We are also living with the same frustration, same depressions, because we are also living in the family. So how we are going to tune us? How we are going to prepare us? Now we are in a preparation state. That's why I want to appreciate American College for arranging this kind of seminars. Because how we are going to be prepared. So I'm going to take three challenges, three sorts of people who are facing challenges. Especially the first challenge I want to talk about, the type of relationship problems the couples are facing during the lockdown. As if you take the DNA of the human being so far, how the DNA is being used or tuned or being structured in such a way, when it is a family, it consists of the mother, father, children, grandfather, grandmother. That is what is the system of our culture. Some people are today living in a very nuclear family, whereas our system itself, we born and we grown and we got married and we lived in a joint family system. The last 50 years or 40 years, we have changed the DNA coding in such a way, man started living in a nuclear family. Because we have been migrated from villages to the towns for the work purpose, whereas the parents settle down back in their villages. So once in a while we go meet them, we stay there, we enjoy the celebrations, festivals, we come back to our work. But this DNA system takes minimum 60 years to get tuned. But we are not used to that, and still people are finding it difficult to move from one place to other place, leaving the parents, coming back, living with a wife and kids in a town, in a small house. Because when I say DNA, the regularities, the practices, all this are being recorded in our DNA. So it takes 60 years. It needs a shift. But before that 60 years gets over, now we have been pushed to live in a different dynamic formation where do everything within four walls. Normally, every husband and wife have a fight, every difference of opinion, difference of ideas, but all those things are being managed well. And the husband goes out morning 8:30 and come back evening 6:30. So even if he fights with the wife in the morning, goes out by evening, the mentality changed, he will come calm and composed. Again, things will be normal. Whereas what is happening today? Husband and wife living in the same four walls. If there is a fight, the fight continues till night. And that fight, whenever they see each other, they are getting frustrated. They used to quarrel to each other. And the state lockdown has proven to be extremely toxic for some of us. Right? Because the main reason is there is no innovation of personal space. Living together in a close quarters with your partner can surely disrupt your personal space. It problematizes your relationship and also makes you question your own individuality and independence. Because normally, what will happen in the normal family if your husband, kids, everybody goes to work? If the wife is a housewife, she will be completely relaxed. She can take rest. She will finish all her works based on her timings, based on her availability. Everything she does, afternoon she go for a sleep sometime. Then evening she prepare the tiffin snacks for the kids. And the kids comes in, then they'll sit together. She supports for the kids for their studies. At night she prepares the dinner, and husband comes, things will go smooth. Today what happened? Husband sitting at home. For whatever she does, he is questioning. Why you are not doing this? Why you are not doing that? Why are you doing this like this? Who asked you to do this? So many questions are being forced to the wife from the morning till evening. And if it goes for 1 day, 1 week, okay. Now it is almost 1.5 years. When I spoke to a couple of my friends, their wives are so much depressed. They are saying, when this lockdown will get over, we want our freedom back. Right? So this is one of the most important challenge which we are facing, the invasion of the personal space between the couples. Second thing is the financial security. A lot of friends, they lost their jobs. And always the wives, always questions, always bothers about the financial condition of the family. Now this guy is sitting at home searching for a job, but the wife is continuously asking a question. When you are going to get a job? We have this much of requirement. We need to pay the home loan. We need to pay the car loan. What you are going to do? This is actually spoiling the mindset of the husbands who are sitting at home. And this creates a lot of misunderstanding between the couples and less excitement and more boring. When husband and wife works, or when the husband works throughout the week, they are busy with their work. Saturday, Sundays, they go for a beach, they go for a restaurant, they go to a temple, they go to a relative's house somewhere, they go relax themselves, vent out, they come back. Today, we don't have anything to vent out. If you, in the evening times, if you go and sit in your terrace of your house, you can see most of the people are sitting in the terrace and looking at the sky, and they are trying to find out how to relax. This creates a big challenge within the families. And the most important thing is unequal division of household works. The housewives are used to do their work on their own. Today, their expectation changes. They ask the husband, you are sitting at home, boss, why don't you help me to wash the vessels? If I wash the vessels and if I cook, why don't you sweep the floor? Why don't you dust the house? So many questions. This hits the ego of the husband because we are not used to this. Our DNA is not used to this. So there is a lot of quarrels and a lot of misunderstandings, and there is a lack of productive communication. I have seen, I have heard, and I have observed in many families now, husbands are sleeping alone and wives are sleeping alone. The normal routine changed. Everybody's egos has come up. So as a psychologist, how we are going to help these people? How we are going to address this? What are the tips you're going to give? This we need to think about. This is one of the very most important area which we need to address. The first lockdown is very much appreciated by the newly married couples. Now, most of the newly married couples become parent with the blessings of the lockdown, and they are facing a different challenge. Normally, when there is a delivery, the girl goes to her mother's house and they will take care of her completely for next 6 months. Today, there is no way for that. Wherever they stay, they have to be there. They have to look at the deliveries. They have to come back home. The husband starts supporting the wife. The parents are not able to come. These are the scenarios which is happening within the four walls. The other scenario which I want to talk about is, in many families, there are a lot of death happen. The husband and wife are sitting in Chennai. Either one of their parents, they died in a village. They are not able to go for the funeral. They were not able to go and see their faces. This is creating a lot of ambiguity within the family. There is a lot of ambiguity inside. There are a lot of depression happens in the family. Recently, I don't know how many of you read that news near Kumbakonam when this particular incident happened. The girl's father was being expired due to the COVID in somewhere near the village, not near village, far away village. They didn't get the pass to go due to the depression. This girl, she committed suicide. So many, we can say, so many incidents like this which happened. Due to this COVID, actually, I was being admitted in the hospital for a couple of days. So one fine morning, I was hearing a loud noise of an old lady. There was nobody else to support her, so I just woke up from my bed, walked towards her. I spoke and I asked her, "Granny, can I help you?" She started crying. I asked her, "What happened to you? Why are you crying?" She said, "Yesterday, I was being admitted in this hospital. My son was being admitted in another hospital. And now I got the news my son passed away." Similar kind of incident happened inside the family. This created the depression for the whole family. How to be answered? We need a preparation. We need to have the forum. How these challenges are going to be addressed. How we are going to support these kind of people. Because everybody has a story. Everybody has an incident. And as psychologists, how we are going to answer this? We might have a similar story in our family. Have you overcome it? And how do we overcome it? If you have overcome it with a positive note, I want you to share those things in our group so that others will get an idea. Because so far in our profession, when we meet people, most of the cases after our multiple experience, we might have a predefined answers for most of the problems. And during our education, during our sharing with our fellow doctors, we had an opportunity to hear a lot of cases, and those cases helped us to face our own clients. But what we are facing today, the situation today, it is entirely different. The scenario is different. So definitely I ensure once the lockdown comes to an end, you are going to see so much of people going to approach us for a solution. Are we prepared? Second thing, I want to talk about the elders. The elders are the most affected people. The most important challenge which are being faced by our elders today is preventive measures are being not taken properly. What is the preventive measure I am talking about is, have we quarantined our elders? Have we quarantined our elders? How many of us quarantined your old parents, old grannies when the second wave started? Actually, WHO has given a very clear note. If you have old people at home, better quarantine them, keep them separately, because they are the most vulnerable people who get affected with this disease. They need not to go out to get this disease, whereas when we go out and come inside, when we are asymptomatic, we are the people one who passes. Second thing, they need a social isolation. Third one, community action. Fourth one, routine activities. Everything is changed. Everything is changed. Because normal factor of the old people today. If we have old people at home, normally what they will do, if they are able to walk, they are able to go out, they normally go out to support the sons or the daughters by going to shops, buy something for them. Evening times, they like to go to the park, do some walking. So they will have some friends inside the park. They will go sit with them, talk to them, relax when they come back. Because what happened today in our city life, we never ever had a time to spend with our parents. Everybody is busy. From morning till evening, everybody is busy. So they don't disturb us. They understand what is our situation. They are ready to support us, but they keep themselves engaged. Whenever they are tired, they are frustrated, they go out, meet their friends, talk to them, and get relaxed. Today, that is completely cut off. Because the name of the preventive measure, yes, that is required, but that they are being completely cut down from the outside world. And most of the, you might heard, there are a lot of old people died due to heart attack in the last 1.5 years, not because of COVID, just by heart attack, because there are a lot of misinformations are being given to this kind of old people. There are a lot of unreliable information given by the television. There are a lot of fake rumors. And most of the elders today, I appreciate, they start live with the social medias. In most of the grandpa, grannies, and our own parents, they start using the Android phone or Apple phone, and they are looking into the WhatsApp, Facebook, everything. And all these things are mostly filled with fake rumors. And there are a lot of conspiracy theory about the pandemic period. And there are a lot of complex and incomprehensible information. So this actually creates a fear inside the old people. Because every day they are seeing, and the television is saying there are so many people died, and people who are in the elderly stage who crossed 70 or 80, already they have the fear of the death. When they see to this kind of information, psychologically they are getting affected. That creates a trauma in their mind. And mostly, I think most of the old people died because of the fear, not fear because of COVID. I can give one a good example. In one family, there are 12 members got affected with COVID, including the parents. The father had some BP problem and he is having some heart ailments. So they expected, okay, everybody is getting fever. Why don't we do a test? So they asked the father, okay, why don't we take a test and we ensure that whether we have been affected or not. The guy came, he took the test, and the father had the fear, oh my God, if I get affected by COVID, what else, what I will do? They'll put me alone in the hospital. All those thoughts came in. So afternoon, I got a call. They said, sir, he is very much stressful. Can you talk to him? I spoke to him. Then I understood, okay, he is very much afraid, right? So, but I'm not able to go and meet him in person. So I just talk to him over the phone. And that day evening, I got the news that he's been died because of heart attack. And night 11 o'clock, they got the message in their mobile that COVID is negative. Right? So this kind of misinformation, how we are going to manage them? And mostly the old people are easily get affected to depression, anxiety, panic and fear, stress, low immune system, and socioeconomic sufferance. So how we are going to cope them? Because today we are, in general, we are talking about people should do walking in their terrace, do some yogas, all those things. Are we taking care of the elderly people and support them to do this? Because today everybody is in a fear. Everybody wants to save their life. In that situation, we are not ready to think about who is on my right and who is on my left. I'm thinking about myself, but we need to educate the society. Boss, it's not only you take care of the elders. How we are going to do that? And the major thing is there are a lot of limitation in access to the nutritional need of the old people. There is a lot of malnutrition. And they start consuming a lot of non-healthy foods when they are inside the home. Because I know one person, when he is sitting inside the home, due to his depression, he just asked the shop people to bring a lot of biscuit, and he started eating only biscuit from morning till evening. He is not taking any other food, any soups, anything the family people provide. He is not ready to take it. Just he is eating biscuit. And I heard that one old gentleman, he is eating only chips packets, right? These kind of things, we all know that overeating happens due to a lot of depression. And what will happen? Automatically, their immune system will collapse. And if that gets collapsed, automatically, if they are diabetic, their sugar level will go high. If they have a blood pressure, that will go high. And automatically, that will collapse. And the most worst thing which I have noticed is violence against the old people. Because most of the families, people who are working in IT or people who have their enough financial support backups, yes, all of them are managing the system somewhat. Just think about the people who are daily wages. They are not having a job. They depend on the ration things which the government is providing, or any support, any NGO support, all those things. In those families, what will be the state of the old people? These old people are being discriminated. With my own eyes, I got an experience here by my clinic itself. There is one old lady who used to sit outside. His son is an electrician. Unfortunately, he didn't have a job. And if she asks anything, he will scold the mother with all the obsessive words. This will hurt the people. This will hurt the system. So, the second challenge I'm keeping in front of you all is how we are going to address these challenges. Definitely, old people also need a counselor support. They will come to us and they are seeking the support of us. How we are going to support? It's very important. And the third one, the most interesting people are our kids. Because this COVID-19 pandemic has shaken up the families all over the world, and all the homes functions simultaneously become a school, office, and living space. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Have we imagined about it sometime back? We never, ever imagined about this. We have a separate place for everything. For worship, there's a church or a temple or a mosque. To have enjoyment, to have a relaxation, we want to have a pub and a bar and a hotel. Or if I want to relax, I want to go to the beach. And some people, they think if I want relaxation, I want to go to the mall. For shopping, I want to go to the mall. Right? And for education, school. For college, I should go to the university or the good college. And for working, I should go to my office. I have to sit in my AC room. I have to meet my friends every day. And with the college office colleagues, I want to go to a relaxation on a monthly once. We want to have a booze. We want to enjoy. But boss, what happened today? Everything is one room. Everything becomes one room. the school, that's why I said the house has become a school, the house has become office, and the house has become a living space, and the parents are finding themselves in a bind. But this situation brought one good thing. It puts everybody into one box. And it says, learn to live. Learn to live. But for my parents, this will become a stressful because they have to do multiple roles. Those days, people never bother about that. Housewife is a housewife. The husband is a working person. Children are students, go to the school, learn, come back. Today, the mother has to become a teacher. The father has to become a teacher. The father has to become an art master. The father has to become a maths teacher. Every role, everybody start playing. Then that brings lots of stress and struggle inside the family. And the biggest challenge, the children and the parents, they are finding it difficult to focus on different aspects of the children around them. And most of the children are today, they lost their interest totally on education. On education. As we are grown up adults, as we are counselors, as we are psychologists, or whatever we name ourselves, can we have the mindset to sit in front of the system for more than 1 hour and listen to something? We are not. We are not. So how to face this? Because we youngsters, we can take the challenge, we can try ourselves. We can do whatever the adaptation or adoption we want to do, we can do it. But what happened to the children? You may ask me, anybody, I thank you so much. Many people said, no, there is no chance. But we are compelling the children to sit in front of the system, and we are telling them study. Before the pandemic, we are the parents. We told the children, don't look at the mobile, don't look at the laptop. This is only for relaxation. I'll give you every day 30 minutes for you. That is the only time you should use it. Now I changed my words. I'm not able to keep my promise. I'm telling my children, sit in front of the laptop. We adults can understand. And the worst scenario is, many of the schools, just to collect the fees, they are running online courses for pre-KG, LKG, UKG students. What will happen to the child? So actually, last year, during the November, for one of the colleges, we were conducting a session. And we told every student, you should keep your cameras on. So we want to watch what you're doing. Students are very clever than us. They kept the camera on. They looked at the screen. But you cannot find what they are looking at. You can see them in the camera. But we are more technical guys than them. We had a system, we had an application. I can log into, I can watch the screen of every student who are sitting in front of the system. So I went and saw. Okay, they are just watching movies or they are watching YouTube. But for the speaker, it looks like they are looking at the speaker. No. Full screen. Thank you. Thank you, Bayan. So they are not cheating us. They don't understand they are cheating themselves. last year, till 2019 May, there are a lot of professors also here, they know that. Till 2019 May, the recruitment happened face to face. There will be different levels of exams. And after clearing all those things, there will be a direct interview. So after that interview, the offer letter will be given. From last year, everything happens online. What happened, you know? In TCS, the productive rate of the freshers compared to 2017, 18, and 19, 2019 completed batch outcome is 69% less than the previous years. There is no routine for them. They lost. And this year, Accenture, CTS, TCS, everybody decided not to do any recruitment. Because students lost the interest of studying in the last 1 year. And the system has created a wrong intention to the people. Even if you don't study, you will pass. Even whether you study or not, you will pass. Somebody mentioned the parents insisting the schools to engage their kids. Very, very, very right. Parents saying that, boss, we are not able to manage our children here. We are ready to pay the fees. You show something in the system. Let my children sit in front of the system at least for 3 hours a day so that we will be free. And today, there are a lot of what do you call TV sites like Prime, Netflix, so-called, I don't know. There are so many things are there. And all the children are familiar with all the movies which has been uploaded there. Whether it's a good movie or bad movie, whether it's a series or nothing, everybody used. And some of the families, the children are watching only a certain TV like ZTV, and where repeatedly they will put the same movie, and the children are also watching the same. Even though parents knows, before also as a parent we know, eating kurkure, eating a chips packet, eating anything from the shop, ready-made food product, even it is poisonous, I don't bother, I will buy it once in a week. Similarly now, as parents, we know watching these kind of stupid movies, all the atrocious movies that is going to affect my children psychologically, affect my children's cognitive behavior. Even I have nothing to do in my hands, so I allow. This is the current situation. And there are a lot of children having a fear. The last 2-3 weeks, if you watch the news, there is a stupid news coming up. That is, the third wave is going to affect the children. Already children was watching the TV for the last 6 months saying that these many deaths happened in Delhi, these many deaths happened in Andhra, this many deaths happened in Karnataka, there is no oxygen, people are dying, ambulances are standing on the queue, all blah, blah, blah. Children's also watching the stupid news along with us. And there is a fear already created in the subconscious mind. And last 2-3 weeks, there was a news which says that there is a third wave. This third wave is going to affect the children only. Now today they put it in the news. No, WHO clearly declared, no way, the third wave is not going to affect the children. But you stupid guys already created a fear in children's mind. You already created a stress in the children's mind. How I'm going to take it out? And the worst part is children's lost their routines. If they go to school, at least 6 o'clock, they have to wake up, they have to get ready, they have to have the breakfast before 8, they have to go and catch the bus, or the Rikwala come, or you got to go in the traffic. So by 8 o'clock, all the war inside the family will happen and people will ready and they are out of the home. Today, father is sitting and watching a movie till night 1 o'clock. Because nowadays we never know when we are sleeping, when we are getting up. All the fathers and mothers who are in the IT companies, their houses. I actually went to meet one of my friend whose wife and this guy who worked in IT company. They have one small child, and along with them, his brother and sister-in-law also staying because they don't want to stay alone in their house. So 4 or 5 people staying in one house. I went inside the house. I went into the kitchen. 1 minute, I got shocked. I was able to see more than 100 packing boxes which is used. Every day they are buying a food from Swiggy or through Swiggy or Zomato. They have the food. They put the silver foil packet inside there. And they are having more than 100 boxes which is unused. I never know from when they are start. It is stinking. I asked them, why can't you throw it away? No, boss, if we go out, Corona will come. If somebody will get Corona, all the 5 will be affected. And they never know that keeping this box inside the house and all the worms comes out of the old food is going to create some other problem. For elderly people, the routine is changed. And because of this, the children routine also changed. Because we never know when we are eating our breakfast, when we are eating our lunch, when we are eating our dinner. And I don't know about other cities in Chennai. From night to 12 o'clock, midnight, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock to morning 4 o'clock, you can see so many Swiggy boys running. Government says 9 o'clock hotel should be closed. Whereas Swiggy is still working till morning 4 o'clock. Because people sitting at home, they are watching movies, they are eating at the midnight. They are not spoiling their health alone, they are spoiling the children's health also. So tomorrow, if the pandemic over, if the schools are opened, how are you going to tune the children? Most of the houses, children are not taking even a bath. You ask a question, why not taking a bath? We are not going out, we are not playing, we are not going in sun. Then why should I take a bath? Even the elder guys are saying that. Because we are sitting completely inside the air conditioned house. Why we should take a bath? There is no sweat. And because of this, all these things, if the children remain confined to their homes during the pandemic, the biggest challenge, they are not able to meet their friends. They are not able to play outdoors and enjoy an evening in the park. Definitely, as a result, they get stressed and tend to misbehave to vent out their frustration. Temper tantrums, aggression, and increased thinness are some of the ways the children may express their frustration. Because when the children behave like this, the parents are always tend to beat them. They don't understand there is a behavioral problem occurred in the children. This is going to become one of the biggest challenge for uh, pediatric psychologists. Definitely. Pediatric psychologists over here, you are going to have a big challenge, and we need to work out on that. Because now itself we are start seeing the behavioral problems and children's obesity. Because they are sitting in front of the television, they are eating. They are sitting in front of the laptop and watching their classes, they are eating. So we should get ready to answer this. And parents, we should educate the parents to keep the children engaged. Because parents, when I say the parents say, why don't you engage your children? Because I myself frustrated, I myself depressed, I don't know what to do. How I can go support my child? I request the top people uh, who are in this forum. I request to create some if you have opportunity, create some child helpline to support this kind of children. Because now we start proving the children your life is virtual. They are talking to their friends through WhatsApp video call. They are talking to the relatives through WhatsApp call. So they losing the relationship, the meaning of relationship. If this pandemic continues for another 1 or 2 years, the human being will completely lost out of the relationship. They don't know the meaning of relationship. Everything become virtual. Today, everything is virtual. I don't need to go to a shop to buy anything. I don't need to go to a medical shop to buy medicine. I don't need to go to a hotel to buy a food. I don't even need to go to the church or temple or mosque to worship. I need not to go to the school for study. I need not to go to the office to work. Everything I can do online. Everything is through virtual. Life is becoming virtual. One day human will become virtual. This we need to stop. And we have to definitely create some helpline to support the people. And we can tell how to establish a regulation, a routine among the children. But for this, the parents has to come forward. The parents has to take the first step. So first, the counseling has to go to the parents. We need to engage the parents and we need to educate the parents. If we are capable of doing that, then only we can go to the children. Because those days parents worried about children. But nowadays parents don't have a time to worry about children because their worries are big. And finally, one request I want to give here. Apart these challenges, what I told you, this is for the normal people who are healthy, hale, who are living inside the system. But there are families who faced a pandemic situation, who got COVID, who got a lot of challenges. This actually I experienced a couple of weeks back. My whole family got COVID, and I was in hospital. My mother was alone. My wife and kid was alone in our home. So it's a triangle situation. We don't know how to manage. But somewhat, I was in hospital. I was connected with my friends, and we took the situation in hand, and we overcome the situation. But there are many families who don't know how to handle this. So there also, when this kind of situation happens, we need to extend our hand and support them mentally as well as we support them physically. So I just put out all the challenges. What will happen? What is happening in the society today due to this lockdown? What is the condition of the family? If this lockdown continues, then family will get damaged. So before that happens, as counselors, we need to join hands. We have to create different forums to address different challenges. The families, not only the families, people who are working in IT industry, who are working extra hours to retain their job. Everybody is in a panic. For everybody, the situation changed. Everybody got stressed, depressed, confused. So first, we people need to find out the solution, and we need to start extend on to the whole society. Actually, we are not quite enough. We need more people, but at least I appreciate all the people here. Share this message with your friends. We can create a forum. Let us join hands and we start supporting the society. Thank you so much once again for Dr. Suresh and all the coordinators, American College, for giving me this opportunity. If you have any questions, we can ask. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So it was a very wonderful session, and you put lots of questions to us to think about the challenges. Actually, very sorry to hear that lot of issues, whatever you told you happen with your family or friends. So really, we got to think about to join our hands. So participant, you can anything you want to interact with the resource person, kind of unmute and you can talk to resource person now. Participant, anything you want to discuss with the resource person?
Yes, Salim. So this is Abhijit here. So, Mr. Gerald, it's really an amazing presentation. You just gave wonderful points. You know, it's the reality that's happening, and we are facing challenges. And I'm already having people, clients asking, how to handle the situation. So I can understand, but regarding the children, it's really challenging for the parents to establish that parent-child relationship and proceed with children understand that these are the boundaries and you can the ways to effectively manage their time and establish boundaries. And I'd like to that establishing boundaries, balancing things.
Yeah, I really appreciate Vijay, your points. I agreed, right? But actually, I didn't touch that area fully because if we start discussing on those areas, then we need another 1 or 1.5 time on that. So definitely we can have a separate session, or you can connect me. We can discuss on that, so we can plan also something, and we can start sharing with our friends. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for answering.
Sure, sure.
Anybody have any other? It's not a question. You can share your thoughts also. If anything missed out, I can correct it.
Thank you very much. I think the participant understood your whatever thoughts you said. So I believe that it is the time of vote of thanks. So I would like to give some points, whatever we discussed, and we go to the vote of thanks. So nice, wonderful point you noted, sir. You brought to us really is a thirst area, the pandemic period. All the families they are having the challenges as you heard, they are all in running their life in four walls, and they have the financial insecurity. And as a psychologist, we have to do something to the society, and we have to put our hands together and think about it like kids' future life, all those things. And as you said, Facebook and social media sometimes that messages are spreading and even spoiling the mental health of the kids. So these things to be noted and addressed in the right form or form also. And you rightly point out, sir, nutritional need of the old age people nowadays. Nobody is not concentrating about that one, and that is very much important in this pandemic period. And homes become office, homes become school, and everybody is playing multi-role. Fathers become a teacher, and the father become a mechanic or whatever. So multi-role they are touching. That also bring like depression, stress level, all those things. As you said, life become virtual and human become virtual. So we have to think and we have to overcome these issues, and we have to try to get back to pavilion. So I think all the participants, they will keep their hand together and come out of these issues with build a better society, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for the nice, wonderful knowledge transfer, knowledge sharing. Kindly accept our gratitude on behalf of American College Madurai and MS Chellamuthi Institute Madurai and Red Pond Educational Psychology Research Center Madurai and Helpline Technical Counseling Center Madurai and Medicine of Social Work Chennai. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, one and all. We will have yet another wonderful session tomorrow evening. Until then, bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much.